All right, y'all want to start this striptease? I don't know why I said that. I'll be honest. I mean, we all want to see Taft. I don't need to. I don't need another future to see that. Okay. All right.
If that becomes our opening banter, oh my goodness.
This is the College Gamers Podcast.
No one's going to join in. That's cool.
I was going to, but I was like, better not.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the College Gamers Podcast, the show where we talk about the gaming news to abuse. My name is Mike. That is who we all thought was dead. The
I'm
voice
back,
of Taft.
bitches.
Oh my god! And you're also hearing Adam, who was my neighbor and now is no longer, but he is the proud owner of a Switch.
It makes me sad.
And oh my god, Taft is missing for 2 weeks. We have search teams looking for him everywhere, and he comes back with a PlayStation.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, what's the story behind this?
So, a friend of mine who's an actual long-time listener to the show, so shout out to you. You know who you are. He just recently got For Honor, and I've been as you guys know, I've been super pumped for Honor. And I hadn't gotten it yet, obviously, because it hadn't come out. And he was planning on getting it because he was super big into the beta and stuff like that. And so me and him were talking one day, and he's like, "Hey, are you planning on getting For Honor?" I was like, "Yeah." Is the grass green? Like, and so we're sitting there talking, and he's like, "You know what? If I have an extra PlayStation, and if I gave you my PlayStation, would you get For Honor for it?" And I was like, just give it to me. He's like, "Yeah, just." He's like, "The most I can get out of it is $80. Like, why not just go ahead and give it to you and you can play with me and stuff like that?" I was like, "I will definitely do that."
Oh,
like,
hell
that
yeah.
is a solid deal.
This is a $60 PlayStation 4.
Exactly, $65.99.
Okay, $65.99.
I got a similar deal because at a
Way to steal my thunder, dude.
Do you know City Cafe, Mike?
Yeah, it's near my old house or my house. Yes.
Yeah, a guy that works there. He has 2 GameCubes, and he's allegedly going to sell me one for $20.
Damn,
and it's in excellent condition.
Awesome. Well, I mean, and Adam, you have the Switch, right? Like you picked up your Switch.
I'm very happy about that.
Oh my god! So Taft, you come back with a PlayStation. Adam picked up a Switch, and
You're still stuck at your PC.
I have Ghost Recon. I guess that's the coolest thing.
No, you don't. It's still downloading.
No, okay. That's not completely true. You see, I need to go. Yeah, so I'm boring shitty Mike, and y'all are like all in the new crap. But we have so much to talk about this week because holy crap, we have a whole segment dedicated to the Switch today. Because Adam picked it up. I've been looking at reviews and gameplay for Zelda. It's all looked beautiful. Cannot wait to talk about it. I want to talk about your PlayStation.
Yeah.
Because we've been talking for a long time how we don't
need to get somebody that has a PlayStation
exactly.
perspective.
And now I am so jealous that you can get Horizon Zero Dawn.
Me too. I'm jealous of myself.
Yes, the game looks so gorgeous. But before we move on, I wanted to talk about we use Discord to record the show because
yes,
Adam, you're not here physically, or I would have to rearrange my room into a recording studio permanently to fit 3 people. So we've had this Discord channel for a while, and I thought we really only use it to record the show, but it is a really good communication tool. So why not open it up to the community? And so I kind of have a general chat. Me and some friends have been talking in there. We're all in there. We have a voice chat for the show that before the show, one of my friends popped in. I'm like, "Hey, how the hell did you get in here?" So that was fun debugging. But we also have a general chat that anyone can add. So I just wanted to pimp that. If you want to come play games with us, I am getting Ghost Recon. It's downloading.
There you go.
And I'm looking for people to play, and me and my friend are probably going to play this weekend. So if anyone wants to join us, the link is on the Facebook page. It's currently pinned to the top. You can find us, the College Gamers Podcast. It's at the Facebook page. You should be able to find us at that. Also, it is on Twitter, though I tweeted it a while ago. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Twitter account. I'm going to somehow find it because it's been a while, and I have to look past all the dank memes I've retweeted. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay, and I am currently retweeting it with the caption "derp on my derp," and y'all can find it there. It's so right now, as of the recording, it should be at the top of my Twitter feed. Yes. Okay. So yeah, go check it out. Come in, say hi, talk to us. I've always said like this podcast is about building like a great gaming community, especially with us college folks. So this is where we can start.
There we go.
And like I have it set to open in class, so I'm in there, at least a good few hours every day.
Yeah, it's also like a great place, like you were saying, like if you want to like game with us and stuff like that, like, but not even necessarily that. It's also a great place to find other people who listen to the show to game with and stuff. It's just a great
exactly.
way to, like,
no, that's perfect, Taft. Yeah. So yeah, and right now people are posting all sorts of dank memes in there. So or a picture of D&D happening. I think
Magic the Gathering.
Magic the Gathering. Excuse me.
I would imagine considering it says Magic Night.
Oh, I saw Magic Night as in like ooh mystic. Oh shit! Kind of face slapped my mic. So yeah, go check it out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Y'all want? Oh shit, dude! This stuff we had to talk about today is gonna be awesome as shit.
Is it dank?
It is so dank. We need to wash the dankness out of it because it's gonna kill someone. Let's just do this.
And now for the news.
All right, everyone. So get your crosses out because Taft, you have been dabbling in some magic. Holy shit, everybody! We did it. Does this mean we're finally a show?
I feel like it does. I think even on that episode. Okay, so if you don't know what he's talking about, for the very first episode of the year, I believe it was, we made
a prediction show.
It was a prediction show for what was going to happen in 2017, and one of my predictions was that we were going to see the next Shadow of Mordor game. Not even 3 months into the year, and we got it.
The best part is that it was leaked.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh my gosh, because
and we get another like a bigger trailer tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yes.
Ooh,
so
nice.
March 8th for any of those who are not listening currently.
Awesome. Well, that is holy crap, dude.
Called it.
Hopefully this will be like a string of predictions that come true.
If I wasn't at work, I would have gone and bought a lottery ticket.
Okay, the really funny thing is that you said that they've been quiet for a while. So it was kind of like an out there prediction.
Yeah.
And it's just so mind-boggling that it actually came true. Like, this is so awesome.
Yeah, that was definitely one of my more like, I don't know if we're going to get this one, but I really hope we do.
Yeah, so from now on, Taft, if I ever need lottery numbers, I'm going to ask you also, like, any predictions or
Only
anything.
give me, like, it took me about 3 minutes to write those predictions, so
Okay.
like, only give me, like, 3 minutes.
Okay, perfect. But after the show, I'm going to ask you for some stock prices for 3 months in advance.
Sell, buy, sell.
Okay, so who's writing this down? So, yeah, but do we know much about the game right now?
We know nothing.
Nothing?
It's just for the trailer looks badass, first off. So what it
You
looks
should have said dank.
No, I we use that word too many times already. Like, we've reached our dank quota. So, and like you said, we had to remove some of the dankness. Yeah. So, from what it looks like in the commercial for it, or the trailer, or whatever you want to call it, looks like Celebrimbor and the Ranger actually forged their own ring of power to fight Sauron.
Interesting.
And then something happens to where the two are separated, and then the some like black mist comes and takes Celebrimbor away.
Okay.
And
now, remind me, Celebrimbor is
he's the guy who made the rings.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yes. He made all the rings except for the one ring.
Okay.
He helped make all the rings except for the one ring, and he alone made the 3 elven rings.
Okay.
And then what's it called? And it looks like we might get to fight a Balrog.
Oh.
Which would be awesome.
That would be.
And then at the end of the commercial, he looks out, like the Ranger looks out into the world and goes, "I'm coming for you." I don't know if he's talking about like Sauron,
Yeah.
or if he's talking about Celebrimbor, come and find him again. Don't know.
That sounds
But it
awesome.
looks amazing.
But we know it's getting released this year?
Oh, yes. Actually, there is like a little like small like 30-second teaser trailer
Yeah.
that looks. So you remember how in the first one you could ride animals?
Yeah.
It looks like Celebrimbor is actually what's it called? Flying, like on a is controlling a flying beast.
Flying mounts?
Yeah.
Giant eagle by any chance?
It's really hard to tell.
Really hard to tell? That's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It's gonna be so good.
That's
I mean, if it's
really-
Lord of the Rings, you have to have the Eagles.
Yeah.
But they're
like,
good guys. The Eagles are exclusively good.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't make sense for him to like, unless he called one in, it wouldn't make sense for him to be like, hey, I'm going to take over your mind real quick because you don't want to help me.
Yeah. Like the Eagles are freedom. You can't take over that.
Exactly.
Yeah. But okay. But like
America!
the biggest piece of news is that Taft, you predicted the future.
Yeah.
That's
That's solid. Yeah.
yeah, just gotta geek out about that for a
Yeah,
second.
that like come on, like okay, and then when we had E3, we should have saved those predictions. Did we have them saved anywhere?
We do it. Well, I have mine saved.
I don't have mine saved.
You don't
I
have yours
think.
saved? Oh no.
I mean, I just go back and listen to the podcast.
Oh yeah, we'll do that.
But
because at the end of this year, we should do a comparison.
see which ones happened. But
Exactly.
also, when it comes to E3, you know, when we see the new Elder Scrolls and stuff like that,
Oh yeah.
when the rest of my predictions come true.
Because they better. Because now you set the standard, Taft.
Yeah, I know.
So you have to outdo yourself. But so let's move on to Twitch in the news this week because they are taking a big step. They are allowing, they're partnering with game developers to sell their games on Twitch channels. So what's going to happen is you're going to be watching PewDiePie or whoever you watch on Twitch. Wait, PewDiePie is YouTube.
Yeah, but I don't think he actually has a Twitch.
Who's like the Twitch dude? Do we have any big ones?
I don't watch any Twitch people. So.
No. Okay. Well then. Okay. So you're watching.
I'm sure that there are plenty of YouTubers who actually do Twitch and stuff like that. But like, I don't think there's any like huge names I can think of that are Twitch.
I gotcha. Well then we'll just call him Twitch Dude 49. Okay. So you're watching Twitch Dude 49. He's playing this game, and it looks like a lot of fun. But what you're gonna see starting in the spring is a button under the main window that will actually allow you to purchase the game they're playing, and what's going to happen is, for the streamer, they're going to get 5% of sales.
Okay, real quick.
Okay.
I don't know if this has anything to do with like the recording or anything.
Okay.
But there's a little bit of reverb. Like I can hear your voice.
There is reverb. I'm wondering if that's Adam. Also, you should be
Also-
able to hear my voice.
Also,
Like,
note from
actually,
me,
I
I
can't
cannot
hear you
hear the bumpers.
Actually,
No?
unless like I fiddle around with this a little bit.
That's funny. Say what, Adam?
I cannot hear the bumpers, FYI, but that's probably the reason that I don't hear myself, so that I can live without hearing the bumpers,
Awesome. Okay.
if that's the problem.
I love debugging this stuff on
Oh,
live.
that's great.
While we're live, it's great. Hey, everyone, we're pulling back the curtain, and everyone can see how the sausage is made. Can you hear me now? How the sausage is made, you know? 'Cause
Never heard that one.
You've never heard that? Like, you don't want to see how sausage is made because it's gross. So it's a phrase that you say like this.
Never
is how
heard that before.
No? Okay.
I've never heard that.
Okay. Maybe it's just me.
Maybe you're just obsessed with penis.
That's probably it. It's probably it. I would explain a lot. So as a streamer, what you're going to get is you're going to get 5% of the sales. And what's going to happen is that the viewer who purchases the game will also get a Twitch crate. And this will contain exclusive emotes, chat badges, and bits of cheering, which I assume are those GIFs that play over a stream when people do something. And what's going to happen is when Twitch sells the game, they're going to get 25%, and then the developer will get the remaining 70%. And so this is really cool, but here's the issue. Valve has not partnered, and neither has Riot Games. Valve has some of the biggest games on Twitch, which include Dota 2 and CSGO. And Riot Games has League of Legends, which I'd say are the three of the biggest games on Twitch. And I'm really wondering if maybe they're just waiting until this thing kind of takes off. At the moment, Ubisoft and Telltale Games are some of the bigger names that have joined this this system. But yeah, the service will be starting in spring, and it's going to be really interesting because I think this is going to set Twitch streamers, they're going to go from just like entertainment to salesmen.
Okay.
You know? So I'm wondering how they're going to change their act. Are there going to be certain Twitch streamers that solely act as salesmen and try to like make money by selling the game they're playing? Or there's going to be this other half of people who make Twitch money just by subs and like donations, you know?
I feel like the first one is going to be more like, I feel like gamers are actually going to start trying to sell the game that they're playing.
Yeah.
But I really hope that doesn't affect like the way that they play, you know, like the way that they interact, because that could completely ruin, like, that'd be stupid, because if they're really big on there and stuff like that, yeah, people are already going to want to play with them, so they're going to buy the game if they don't have the game already. But say they like, hey, if you buy this game, you can play with me, blah, 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 blah. That's going to change a lot of, like, it's also going to change the way that they interact with their viewers, you know, like, hey, come play this game with me.
I see
now.
that.
Like,
Yeah.
like they're going to go from like, okay, you're going to go from, say, like a inspirational spokesperson to a car salesman.
No, yeah.
Like,
yeah. And it's going to go.
And at worst, like a used car salesman.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I think this is going to. I wonder if we're going to see a change in, I guess, content, where some people, because they're going to constantly be selling games, they're going to be switching games a lot, you know, rather than, because right now we have a lot of Twitch streamers who only play one game, especially the ones I watch, like a lot of Heroes of the Storm and Hearthstone streamers, where they only play that one game, and that makes it hard to. And that makes it hard to sell that unless there's some sort of way like they can sell individual packs, you know. So that's gonna be really interesting. I don't know. Adam, do you watch a lot of Twitch? I don't know.
Not particularly.
Not particularly. Have you ever wanted to? You should try it. I feel like you would enjoy it, actually.
I might.
It's just me. All right, let's move on to GTA.
So yeah, GTA Online has they promised weaponized vehicles, illegal arms trades, and what they're calling dodgeball in the coming months.
Sounds like my everyday Saturday night.
Okay then.
You're forgetting the strippers and cocaine.
Of course.
So the next GTA Online title update, you'll see vehicles like Rocket Voltic, Ruiner 2000, and Blazer Aqua. They'll privy to a new style of stunt race under the game's Cunning Stunts banner, and I'm gonna guess that these vehicles have like some weaponized capabilities or something like that, if like they didn't have them already. And also, these vehicles' very specific gravity-defying traits, players will be able to craft their own racetracks.
Oh, that's really cool.
In the online.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and what it also does is I can't talk, apparently.
It's all right. We all have those days.
It's probably because Taft came back. You've been gone for 2 weeks, and now his presence is making me nervous.
I have that effect on people.
So yeah, the game, the online is adding 2 new modes. The first is called Resurrection, and it's being described as a, quote, gallows humor take on dodgeball. So I guess some brutal car gun dodgeball GTA style.
Okay, that sounds like fun because GTA, like, driving is the things that GTA I think has perfected. So more car related game modes would be perfect.
I could see that, yeah. And the second mode is called Top Down, and that offers a, quote, nostalgic homage to the 2D GTA era with some explosive twists. Not exactly sure what that means, but that should be interesting to see when they do that.
That sounds like fun.
That does. That sounds horrifying.
Also, it says expect new vehicles around the time of this update, including the I'm not sure how to say this. Infernus Classic. Yeah, the Infernus Classic, which evidently has not been seen in the Grand Theft Auto world since Grand Theft Auto 3 in 2001.
I hope they keep the graphics. See, just like this blocky car driving around.
It's like an old, it's like a Ferrari or Lamborghini type car.
Oh, nice. You know what I really
that could
want?
Be interesting.
No, I really want in GTA. I want them to take all these online cars and bring it to us in single player.
Yeah.
They have so much new content on GTA Online that I'm never going to experience because I don't play online.
Exactly. And you can't like just pick up playing online now.
No.
Like,
yeah.
There are people who are super invested, and then some billionaire is going to drive by and just shoot me up on the street.
Exactly. But just imagine you get that one billionaire who had like $1 billion on him, and you're just like, Yeah. This is the greatest day ever. And then somebody shoots you as you're going to the bank. Like
Exactly. That'd be my luck too. Do we know when this?
If somebody could pull it off.
Oh yeah. Do we know when this update's going live?
I don't think it's said, but one other thing it said is further into the year. So actually, yeah, the update might not be coming soon, but further into the year, as a secondary part of the update, it says GTA Online promises gun running related missions and new weaponized vehicles. With that, and I think Rockstar Newswire has a quote for this. They say, quote, stock up and bunker down as you take on the craziest militia across the state of San Andreas, and in another massive update for GTA Online, featuring brand new weaponized vehicles and exciting new missions. Get ready to fight for supremacy in the illegal arms trade and wage war with the latest and high-powered military hardware. So I'm guessing it adds like a like an underground arms trade, and then you get like better military-ish stuff.
It sounds like just another way for players to make a bunch of money.
yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like.
The GTA 1%,
Solid.
all that crap. So yeah, that sounds like fun. Just bring it to single player, please, and it'll make my day. It will. Anything else?
I wish, but
Anything before we move on?
I think that's it. That's really all we get from that.
Cool. All right, let's talk about Hearthstone, because Hearthstone is getting a new expansion arriving in April. The next Hearthstone expansion is titled Journey to Ungro, and will add an additional 135 cards to the game. This expansion is themed around dinosaurs and was originally leaked to us about a month ago because of a voice actor who put it on their resume.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really funny. So it's actually set the release in early April and includes several new keywords and new key aspects. So the first one is Adapt, which acts as a battle cry when the minion is first played, but when you play it, you can choose one of 3 random upgrades, which include Divine Shield, Taunt, Wind Fury, and I think there's a total of 9 random upgrades, but only 3 will be displayed, and you can only choose one. Also, there are these things called Legendary Quests, which they're super powerful cards that if they're in your deck, you automatically get them on turn 1. They cost 1 mana, and they're going to appear over your head like a quest. But I mean, like a secret, like you know what secrets are,
Yeah.
like little question marks. But both players can see the progress of that quest. So the example we have is the priest one, where it says summon 7 death rattle minions, and when you complete quests, you get some of the most powerful minions in the game. So the one we have is the priest one. When you complete that priest quest, it summons a minion that sets your health to 40,
God.
which is double the starting health. So
Like, regardless of where you're at, it
Yes.
brings it back up to 40.
if you have 1 health, it will set you to 40.
God.
That is
Yes.
amazing.
So these quest cards are going to give you the most powerful cards in the game, but they're also very difficult to complete. So there is that, like, there's that.
I mean, that makes
balance.
sense if it's going to give you like twice your original health.
Exactly. We're also getting elementals, which is it's a new card group, because right now we have Murlocs, where certain Murloc cards affect other Murlocs.
Yeah.
You summon a Murloc, it gives +1/+1 to other Murlocs. There's also pirates.
Beast.
Beast is a good one, yeah. Where you have beasts that allow other beasts to have charge.
Exactly.
But elementals is being added to the game, which, to be honest, I'm not too surprised that they would do this eventually, because we already have a bunch of elemental cards in the game, which makes sense because they're also adding existing cards to this new card group. So that's really exciting because I've always wanted to make an elemental deck. This expansion also marks the end of the standard year, which means a lot of the older cards will be placed into Wild, where you can no longer use them in tournaments. And it will also mark the beginning of Year of the Mammoth, because every year in Hearthstone has like a theme.
Okay.
So the year we're in now is the Year of the Kraken, which was like I feel like we had a lot of cards that had like tentacles and stuff on them. But
Okay.
this coming year is Year of the Mammoth, which is cool because I like mammoths.
Fair. I like
And-
Krakens.
Yeah,
Krakens are cool.
exactly. They'll probably kill a mammoth, to be honest.
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah.
'Cause,
Well,
like-
it depends. In the water,
The Kraken couldn't get onto land.
That's true. But a mammoth wouldn't be in the ocean.
You don't know that.
That's true. I don't want to assume that mammoths
Have you seen
fish
Ice Age?
identity.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really exciting, and I'm excited for these cards because, to be honest, right now the meta is really stale, and I feel like Main Street of Gadgetism, it shook up the meta, but it's right now it's just in a super fast pace where if people are talking turn 4 lethals, that means on turn 4 you can kill the enemy. Like that's how fast the game is right now.
Good God.
It's ridiculous. So I think these quest spells are going to slow the game down because they are going to be near late game. So you got to build up to get these super powerful minions.
Yeah.
And so I'm really hoping that helps slow the game down. And dinosaurs are always fun.
That's true.
So hopefully we can have like maybe an Arc Hearthstone crossover where like you can build Hearthstone cards in Arc and summon dinosaurs. No, you're blinking at me. No, you're shaking.
You should be happy that I'm at least blinking.
Some sort of reaction. Yeah.
Like I could have died. That was cringy.
All right. Well, Taff, you wouldn't die if you'd armor to protect you.
Solid transition.
Wow. Wow.
The point of a transition is to be subtle, Adam.
It wasn't. Okay, so that horrible transition leads us to Injustice 2's new armor system. So anybody who played Injustice 1 knows that it is literally it is very similar to like Mortal Kombat and stuff.
Purebred fighter.
Yeah. And then also anybody who has played the newest Mortal Kombat knows that you were able to select like your different fighting styles for different characters. So Injustice, who's made by the same company and everything, is trying something a little bit different. So the biggest thing for a fighting game to be successful is that all the characters and stuff have to be balanced.
Okay.
But you have to be like each one of them has to have kind of like their own little niche that they fill.
Mm.
So and I was really curious about how that was going to work with this armor system. And then I saw this article and I was like, well, there we go. So the armor system is it's a way to customize your character. You can do everything from change just like pure aesthetics to change like color and stuff like that to actually buff your character. The armor is in like a loot drop kind of thing that you can buy. I don't think you can buy individual armor pieces.
Okay.
But you can buy loot crates with in-game currency.
Okay.
You cannot buy it with real money.
Oh, nice.
There's no way to buy anything in this game with real money.
Yeah,
That's
you're not
nice.
pay to win.
It is not pay to win, which is great. But so like the armor can do anything from increase your your basic stats from like strength, defense, health, and then there's another one called ability. That's like the special attacks that each character has.
Okay.
Characters start off with 5 pieces. It's a head, a torso, legs, arms, and then their special characteristic. Like a Blue Beetle will have the scarab, which is like his thing on his back. I don't know what Batman would probably have, like a cape or utility belt, maybe.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I would imagine Superman. I don't know what Superman would have.
He would have different colors underwear.
Maybe I'm thinking maybe like his cape might do something.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I would imagine that like Wonder Woman has her shield and sword. Those are her 2 different ones that do different things. So yeah, and the character specific item. Their base ones, like the very base stuff that you have, does not provide any sort of boost whatsoever.
Okay.
It's all very base. 1 second. All right. So as you play, you'll gradually gain these items. Some of the items have different effects. Like some might just raise one of your stats. Like one might raise your attack just a little bit by 1 point, or it might raise it by 5, but lower your defense by 3.
Okay, so you can specialize your characters.
Yeah, you can start to, you start to get, you start to build your character around what you want to fight with.
Oh, nice.
So it allows you to get even more unique fighting styles. Like, yeah, each character is going to have a different fighting style, but if you want to play a more defensive Superman, just up your defense, whereas you want to play more an aggressive Batman, up your attack.
I see. But so you can kind of you can be like, oh, do I want to be just like a tank, or do I want to be like a glass cannon?
Exactly. Yeah.
I see.
And then so the gear does that, but then they also have rare gears that give you like maybe more augments, which range from new visual effects for special moves. So like I would imagine like there's probably going to be one that changes like the color of Superman's heat ray.
Okay.
And then or they yield higher in-game currency after the fight.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
To change the color of Superman's heat ray, does he wear like contacts or
That's
something?
a great question. We're going to see.
Okay.
We just got to wait. And then if you collect all 5 pieces of the same armor, instead of like randomly mixing and matching and stuff like that, you get additional bonuses to top it off. Like if you get all of the same armor for a specific Batman one, it'll increase your batarang range.
Oh, nice. So in World of Warcraft, we have like armor set bonuses where if you have like 3 pieces of the same set, you get an additional increase. Is it kind of like that?
Except you have to have all 5.
Okay. All right.
And then I don't know if it always gives you like an additional increase in the stat or something like that. Or if it, like I said, for that one, it'll give you the extra range. It might give you something else.
Mm.
This is all to promote players for their unique playstyle and reward people for like actually sitting there and playing the game.
I understand
Which
that.
I'm a big fan of that. Like if like you want to sit like if you make a game, especially like a game like this where a fighting game, like you play it to get good. You don't start off great at a fighting game. Or if you do, I don't know who you are. Good for you. But like sitting there and actually playing the game, getting better and stuff like that, I think that that's a great way to keep your player base interested, is to keep giving them rewards.
Yeah.
That's kind of like what Hearthstone does. They give you different like play styles and stuff like that you can do, and then the more you play, the more like you play more to get more cards, to get rarer cards, because the more you play, the more likelihood that you have a chance of getting a rare card.
Exactly.
And then but so if you're like me, wondering, dear God, what's gonna happen when I go in there brand new, but people have already been playing the game for like 3 months?
Yeah.
Well, they actually came up with a way to prevent people from that happening. You can either on online or offline play, like say you're playing with your friend who's been playing for like 20 years, but you just started playing the game on his Xbox, and you have no armor, but his guy's like maxed out.
Hell yeah.
You can actually turn off the armor.
Oh, nice.
Like it'll still be there and look the same and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it won't give you any of the bonuses.
That's nice.
You can do that for both online and offline play. And then there's also where it changes the base stats. Like if you're online and you want to play, it'll actually change the base stats of the lower level character to where they're the same as the upper level character, because as you level up your character, they get higher base stats.
Okay.
So if you're level 1 going against level 20, you'll go up. Your base stats will go up to level 20.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But they still have the advantage because they've been playing longer, and they have the better armor. The armor is giving them their boost, but their base stats are the same.
Okay, that's nice, because it doesn't just like make all your hard work go away.
Exactly. It's like I sat here and did this. You want to come in on your first day and try and best me in my own house?
Yeah.
So that's it. I was really worried about this armor stuff before I read this article. I thought that it was going to be like a pay to win. Because they're already starting off really bad with this game, because they're releasing 10 characters as DLC.
Oh,
that's a lot.
Separately?
That's a like paid DLC. Like that's a lot of characters.
That stinks.
That's a lot of characters.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Smash Bros did have a lot of extra DLC too.
Didn't they only bring in like 4 or 5 characters though?
Yeah, but they also had maps. I think every DLC map and character in Smash Bros was like $45. I think.
Oh,
Jesus, that's a lot.
But like
all together or individually?
I bought the pack together.
Okay,
I'm not sure
so
what
they're
it would have
probably
been individually.
Okay, yeah, they probably would have been a lot cheaper individually.
Yeah. So I would say that the armor set also has an advantage psychologically, because if I'm a new player
and you go in there seeing this dude just decked out,
like jack the fuck up, just like it's like full blown armor, like that would scare me.
Exactly.
And, so I feel like that's a mental advantage as well.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like you're gonna go in there and you're gonna go up against, you're gonna be playing Batman, who you got like a nice you got a new helmet and you're like, I'm gonna show this bitch off.
No, you're 1966 Batman. You're like PJ Batman.
Yeah. But you just like got but you got like the Arkham Knight helmet. Like you're coming in like, yeah, this is gonna be great. And then
Exactly.
then you roll up in there and like Red Hood pops out, like just like full Arkham's got like a bazooka on his back, like got got like padded armor, like looks like the Hulk.
Yeah, your PJs aren't going to stand up very well to that.
Not at all.
That's really cool. But I'm glad that's not pay to win.
Yeah, that was definitely something that I was scared about.
That was really.
I was scared, like I'm saying, where they already have the DLC characters and stuff. But I was scared that you're going to be able to buy the armors and stuff like that and just give yourself a super big advantage. But you can't.
That's good.
That's great.
I'm glad. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Cool. Then let's move on to some Overwatch talk, because currently in PTR is the 24th hero to be added to Overwatch. Her name is Osera. Her backstory was, remember a few weeks ago, I don't know if you were here.
Probably not.
We talked about how Doomfist attacked some robots.
No, I was not here.
No, but Adam, you were there, right?
I was.
I wasn't here. He was.
We were talking about how,
And unfortunately, you, I, and Ryan were wrong, because it is not Doomfist that's the new character.
it is not Doomfist, to everyone's dismay. But so what happened is that those destroyed bots from the Numbani airport were used to create Osera. And Osera is like an upgraded OR-15. And she is this weird, she's a tank character. So she's rather large. And she reminds me of a Taft. You're in mythology and all that.
Yes.
What is the half horse, half person? What are those called?
Centaurs.
She's kind of like a centaur, but like a bull top. Like she has these big horns, and she's a robot. So she's big and she's a tank. And what's really cool is that she's very, she's like a mix of a bunch of characters, because she's kind of like, she's part Zarya, wow, or Zoria, I forget her name, and she's half Reinhardt, where her main weapon is a fusion driver, which is, it's a projectile based weapon, so it can be blocked by shields. But her ult fire is really cool. She can drag other players into place, which means that if that enemy Mercy is about to get away, you can like drag her back into the open and just have the rest of your teammates fire on her.
Nice.
So that's a fun support.
Cool.
Yeah,
Is she a robot?
She's a robot.
Are her and Bastion gonna fall in love?
Fan fiction. That's probably already a fan fiction going
Definitely
on right
is.
now. Don't Google that, people. It's gonna get some weird stuff. So that's her primary weapon. She can also place a shield in front of her allies, which kind of stays in place from what I understand. I actually haven't had an opportunity to jump into PTR to play her yet, but she can kind of strategically place a shield where her teammates can hide behind. She can also has a fortify ability that stops her enemies from blocking, like from knocking her around. So like Lucio's Air Blast, or I wonder if this will counter Zarya's like Gravity Well, where she pulls everyone in. I don't know. Neither of y'all really play Overwatch, so I don't think
I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah. So I wonder if like this could stop her from being sucked in and like counter that ult, which would be really helpful, because your whole team gets pulled in. You use this, so you can't be pulled in anymore, and you place a shield. You place a shield in front of that Gravity Well. Then you just countered that whole ult. You probably just saved your team, and you can push the point. So this would be really cool if it countered that, and it'd be a very useful tool.
That'd be cool, but I'm not sure if it would, because it says it pushes back knockback, and doesn't that thing pull people in, like not push them out?
That's true, but I guess it's kind of the opposite of a push. So the way I'm thinking of it as, you can't be knocked back, which means no one can move your character except for you, which I would classify the Gravity Well as someone else displacing your character. So would Fortify stop like the Gravity Well? And that's the way I'm thinking of it. I don't know. Does that make sense?
I think so, but would that mean if it only stops other people, or stops everything that other characters could influence your character's movement, would that also stop the hook from the other character?
Oh,
Roadhog, I think.
Roadhog has the hook. I don't know. I bet not. I bet this counters Lucio's Air Blast, which will push you away. This also counters Pharah's Blast Rocket that pushes people, and I bet you $1 that the hook, that it blocks the hook and it blocks Zarya's thing, because the way I'm thinking of it as, no one can move you. You are where you want to be, and this will keep you anchored there. I don't know, Taft, are Are you doing research here?
No, not really.
No, not really. All right, never mind.
I don't play this, so I've like almost completely checked out.
Oh, okay.
To be totally honest, like
No, it's fine. You know, honesty's a good rule.
I was like I looked at her, I was like, okay, yeah, she looks cool. She does look like a centaur.
Yeah, I'm glad I have that confirmation.
That's it.
Yeah. But you know, I'll have to jump in PTR, or maybe I can get Cammy to jump in PTR for me and see how that goes. But
I just saw another picture of her that has like a different paint on her. She definitely looks like a centaur.
oh yeah,
She even got like the ram horns and shit.
exactly. She looks like a badass. But her ultimate is this drum-like device that friendlies within line of sight get damage boosted, which is really cool because first of all, it's an object, which means it can be destroyed. So if you use this, you need to protect it. So you'd probably place it behind the shield or something. And it's going to be nice because hopefully it shakes up the Reinhardt meta like we talked about last episode with Ryan. Yeah. So I won't go over that again, but this is really cool. And I need to jump in PTR. If only midterms were not this week. God damn it. I hate midterms.
Yeah.
I just have one today, and surprisingly, I got an 82 on it.
Nice.
Proud of you.
I'm glad you have your grade already. I wish I had mine because I also had one.
Yeah,
today.
it was in the testing center, so.
Oh, I see. That instant feedback. Let's move on to Sniper Elite.
Okay. So Sniper Elite has been delayed for the second time.
Game industry's favorite word.
Yep.
Delayed.
Delayed. So it was actually supposed to, like, the original release date was January. Then it got pushed back to April. Then it got pushed back to April 4th. And now it is going to be releasing on April 25th.
That's not too bad.
That's a 3-week delay.
It's a 3-week delay. What was the original delay? It was
The original delay, and the game was originally
It was
supposed to
3
be released in January. That's almost a 4-month delay.
That's true. Okay, that's a big delay.
That's a huge delay.
But I would
Especially for a game like Sniper Elite.
yeah.
It's a shooter. Like, it's not a Call of Duty shooter. Like, yes, it is a little bit more advanced and stuff like that, but like, what are you gonna do? Sit there and refine the curvature of the dude's balls when I shoot him off? Like,
I hope it's exactly what they're doing, Taft. Oh, I hope that's what they're doing. You know, Phil, I don't think we have enough hairs on these.
no. What I'm thinking is, like, they were sitting there like, my balls aren't that round. Are your balls that round?
Let's stick some interns on these.
Come here, let me feel your balls.
Oh, apparently they're
That's
having
actually a thing. If that's actually a thing, I feel really bad for the people that have to.
there's
animate
there's
that.
some weird stuff going
Raise.
on. Okay. Well, all I was saying before we got weird was that I would prefer a 3-week delay over another 4-month delay.
Yeah, but
But
like,
it is a delay.
yeah, but that's saying I'd rather a short delay over a long delay. Like, I'd
guess-
rather just not be delayed.
Yeah, but would you rather round balls or square balls, Taft?
Honestly, I think it'd be kind of funny with the square ball, like super, like
wrong with him?
like super detailed. No, but sadly this delay, unless the people in the beta were complaining about the shape of the balls, sadly that's not what this is about. It's just they needed to make some changes that were complained about in the beta.
Nope, it was balls.
Me too.
That was it.
I hope they shot like somebody in the, I hope they shot like Hitler in the balls or something like that, and they were square, and they're like, no.
Well, hey. That'd be so funny. Hey, Adam, you're going robot-y, so
Or no, they're going back to replace Hitler and only give him one ball. How funny would that be if just like every once in a while you came across a character? Because that's the thing, like if you snipe the person and stuff like that, like if it's to the head, you'll do an X-ray of the head.
yeah.
But they're super famous for their ball shot ones. Like if you shoot somebody in the balls, it shows each one of the balls like popping.
Oh god.
Ugh.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting that sentence to come out of your mouth, I'll be honest.
And so that'd be really funny if like every once in a while you just came across a guy who only had one. That was it.
Like, has someone else been here before? And just I'm finishing the job. I don't understand.
Yeah.
That's really funny, but I really hope they just had a flood of emails about roundness, and that's why it's being delayed. All right, Adam. You can finally start. We're gonna start easing into Switch talk with some controller news.
We're going from exploding and or square balls to the Switch. This is an interesting transition here. So, oh, can y'all hear me, by the way?
Yeah, we can hear you good.
Okay, good. So, the Switch, the Pro Controller evidently works with, PC stuff. Like, from what the thing I saw was a video, the guy had, Melee, like Smash Bros. Melee on his desktop, and the Switch Pro Controller, he was able to use that to play Melee on his desktop. So what it does is, the Nintendo Switch Pro Controller, it's optional for purchase. It's not this is different from the thing you normally get. It's optional for purchase for, quote, for people with normal hands that want to play the new Zelda game without murdering their joints. And I don't really get this because I'm playing Zelda just fine with the normal controller. So, but it uses Bluetooth, so it'll be recognized as an input device once it's paired with a PC, but that PC has to run Windows. So it has to be a Windows PC.
That's really cool, though. I'm glad they work with other things.
Yeah.
That's really handy.
Okay, wait. So I don't know if y'all talked about this last week or stuff like that, but I was watching this video on YouTube about the Switch controllers, and for a while they did like this test with the controller and stuff like that, and I don't know if it's on there still or not, but what it is like you twist the remote, and it's like basically the thing is like you're trying to guess how many marbles are in a box, and the box is the remote, and you can actually feel like it feels like there's marbles in there.
Whoa, what?
I don't know how they do it.
I don't know. Wait, Adam.
For the Switch?
Yeah.
Is it like a mini game or is it for the?
It's somewhere. I don't like. It was like a technology test, like a. Tech
is it
test.
1-2 Switch? It sounds like 1-2 Switch.
Maybe
because 1-2 Switch is like 30 demos for.
Maybe it might be 1-2 Switch then.
I got you.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I don't have that one.
That's really cool.
Yet. Or maybe.
I got you.
But yeah, as far as this controller, VentureBeat calls this Nintendo's best traditional gamepad yet. For some reason. Then again, it's following up the Wii U, so
yeah, that's true. It's only improvement from there. I mean, if I get a Switch, I feel like I don't know, because it's nice just to have like a regular controller, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because I hear that the Joy-Cons can be kind of awkward.
One of my friends got what's it called
yeah, I will talk about this later when we get into the Switch talk.
Good.
Yeah,
good.
I see where you're going with that.
It's my friend got it basically makes it into a regular controller. Like you can put them on there and
it slides on both sides.
Yeah,
pretty sure that comes with the console. Maybe
I don't think it does. Actually.
Yeah, it's got a thing. It does have a thing where it comes with it where you can slide the Joy-Cons in where it acts like a controller. Yeah.
Okay, well he got it.
Nice.
Like he got like a special one because he had to go and buy it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, you can buy extra, and there's also one you can buy where it's a charging one. You can plug it up, and that controller thing charges it instead of you having to hook it up to the Switch itself.
Oh, nice.
That might have been it. I'm not quite sure.
That's probably it. I guess so. Nice. Well, now that we're talking about the Switch, y'all want to start talking? You want to move into our Switch segment?
Let's do it.
The last thing with the Pro Controller though is some people are questioning it because if it hooks up to a computer, they want it to have a wired USB connection because this could work for the Switch too. The Switch does have USB connections.
Yeah.
So people just generally prefer wired stuff more because it's more trusty, I guess.
Yeah. There's also like when you're playing competitive games, you want the wired connection because it's better and it's more reliable. It's not gonna if you're playing a critical game of Splatoon or whatever is like competitive on Nintendo World, then Splatoon or Adam, what do you play?
Zelda.
No, what's
on the Switch?
Smash Bros. That's the game I'm thinking of. You know, if
Yeah.
you're playing that competitively, you want a reliable connection, so you would go with wired.
Oh yeah, you play competitive Smash Bros or anything like that, you have to have a wired controller.
Exactly. All right, well, let's move into the Switch. I don't have a bumper for it, so I'm just gonna play this.
I have crippling depression.
What the crap?
That's because I don't have one yet. All right, so
I couldn't hear it, but I'll take your word for
It
it.
said I have crippling depression.
Is the crippling depression meme?
Yes, the best one. Okay, so Adam
Technically, that could apply because the Switch does have drawbacks.
does have drawbacks. Well, you're gonna have drawbacks with every console, but let's break this conversation down into pieces. Let's talk about the console and then the Joy-Cons, and then we can talk about all the games we want to. But I have some questions about the actual console itself, Adam. Because of all of us, Taft, did you have any hands-on experience?
Not yet.
Not yet. I would love to, Adam, you need to come over at some point so I can use yours.
Yeah, I'll bring it over sometime. It's pretty easily mobile.
You should do that. Well, that's good. I'm glad it's mobile. That's very handy with a half mobile hybrid. So how does it actually feel? Like, this kind of like the general feeling of it. Is it awkward to hold it all?
Maybe when you take it, like when you hook up the Joy-Cons to the screen or the Switch itself and take it around, but I haven't really done that too much because I've just hooked it up to my TV and played Zelda nonstop. So
I got you. Have you brought it to campus yet?
No, because there is an optional warranty to buy for it, but does not cover drops, and I feel like that it's an easy drop thing, and I'm not sure how durable it is with drops because people have been drop testing it already, and so far it's okay, but not really that good.
Yeah. How's the battery life so far for you?
It depends which one you're talking about. The console itself, like when you take the console mobile, it's actually kind of bad, which is surprising because Nintendo has been known for really good battery life. And the Switch itself, you're looking at about only really 2.5 hours.
2.5. Yeah, because
That's it?
they've been talking about like the range of the battery is 2.5 hours to 6 hours, depending on what you're playing. And people have been saying they get just under 3 hours when you're playing Zelda.
Okay. And I feel like Zelda is one of the more system pushing ones that they're going to have.
Yeah, right now Zelda's like, from what I understand.
Have you seen a comparison of the maps for Zelda? Like the size?
Yeah.
It is humongous.
Well, let's say it for later.
This map is giant. Trust me, I'll get into that when we talk about it.
Yeah, let's save Zelda for later. But I don't know. I just kind of like, how does the Joy-Cons? How's the connection to the Switch when you're carrying it? Do they feel flimsy? Because I've seen videos of people complaining about how when the Joy-Cons are on the sides, they kind of flex more than what's comfortable, or like they make some people nervous.
That plays into how the console looks and generally is itself, because it's actually a lot smaller. Well, I mean, I knew it was going to be small, but like not this small. Like it's like I'm looking at it right now because I'm in my room. I want to say it's maybe around just around the size of the Wii U gamepad, maybe.
Yeah,
with the Joy-Cons on it.
We have the screen size. I think it seems like 4.5 inches, maybe. No, that's too small. I don't know.
Something like that.
But it looked bigger in the commercials, which that's the way that they're gonna advertise it as.
Yeah.
Thank you, Taft. And to be honest, I've only seen 2 on campus. Like I've only seen. I really thought we'd see more, but I think the $300 price point has a lot of people nervous,
not wanting to bring it to campus. I feel like we're gonna start seeing some more later.
Yeah. Also, $300 is expensive for college students. But
it also makes sense not to just like carry it around. I mean, like you can bring it to campus and use the kickstand to like play with a still screen, but like just generally carrying it around is not really a good idea because it's not really that durable and drop proof.
Yeah, and I've seen people they recommend getting a case for it.
Yeah,
when you're going portable. Also, something really concerning. Wait, what were you going to say, Adam?
A case would be weird because it depends on. You would have to structure the case really weird because the Joy-Cons, like they slide onto the sides. So
I'm talking about like just a carrying case that you just put it in, and when you want to play it, you unzip it and take it out.
I guess that makes sense, but like if you're playing the game on the go, then the case would have to be weird.
I gotcha. Well, like you sit down somewhere, take it out, that kind of thing. One thing concerning is I saw that it's very easy to scratch the screen. Like I've heard some people they've scratched the screen taking it out of the base.
Jesus.
And I watched the scratch.
Yeah, you have to be really careful.
Yeah, I watched a scratch test video because I watched this horrifying video of someone just like beating the shit out of their Switch. It was really sad.
Okay.
But they did a density test where in geography they teach you I was actually talking to my friend Roman about this. Like where in order to scratch something you had to have it to be like the same hardness or above.
Yes.
Well, they had like on the screen they had a range from like I think 2 to 9, and it was scratched by a 3,
Golly.
which means it's very easy to scratch, which
That's
is concerning.
super easy to scratch.
Yeah.
Like glass usually, I don't think glass should usually be scratched until like a 7.
Yeah. Well, I've already seen like when I get a Switch because I really want one. The first thing I'm gonna get, the first accessory will be tempered glass screen protector.
Yeah.
Like that has to be something you're gonna need to get because I would hate to damage that screen. But something really concerning, they don't have a Netflix or Facebook app for the Switch.
Oh no.
Well, I feel like this is a portable console. If not Facebook, I don't use Facebook. Tap, you don't use
Facebook.
Facebook.
It's not a touchscreen.
It is a touchscreen.
Is it?
It is a touchscreen.
Really?
No, the Switch is not a
I
touchscreen.
was
Is
about to
it?
say.
I thought it was. That was a
No.
touchscreen.
I was about to say. I'm pretty.
Am I
positive-
crazy?
Yeah.
I am crazy.
That's one of a lot of things why the Switch is actually the Switch is not living up to a lot of the hype. Like it's still, don't get me wrong, it's still really really cool and I like it, but it's not living up to what it could be. Like its battery life is not as good as what it should be, which Nintendo is known for battery life. Backwards compatibility does not exist, which Nintendo is also known for. That all those online features and stuff like that. Like the Switch is on. I mean, it's still cool, but it's not really what it could be. Like it's on a level kind of disappointing.
So wait, it doesn't have a touchscreen?
Keep reading on the article. Maybe it changes. Because we're looking at an article that definitely says that.
Okay,
The very first sentence on Game Radar is the Switch. The Nintendo Switch has a touchscreen.
I really thought it. Wait, so Adam, have you tried touching it? Oh, this is a really dumb question, but have you tried like caressing your fingers across the screen?
There's not really too much for you to touch screen it to. Like you can you use the controllers for like the setup and then like the games and stuff like that.
Okay.
So it could be, but I'll try it out later. But from what I know, it's not really touchscreen, which Nintendo is known for. Like
Really
even the Wii U gamepad did that, and then like the 3DS and DSs and stuff like that.
Really thought it was a touchscreen. Okay, wait. I'm watching a video. I'm watching it. Is he gonna touch it? Is he gonna? No, don't face it away from the camera, you dumbass. Touch the damn screen. Oh wait, they're using Joy-Cons. Ah, damn it. All right. I really thought it was a touchscreen. This is confusing.
Yeah.
All right, Adam. I'm gonna talk.
Hang on, I could test this real quick. It's in my
Yeah.
room.
You go
It's,
get
like,
it.
right there.
I'm gonna talk to Taft here.
Okay.
Taft, do you think not having Netflix on this thing is a big disappointment?
Okay, good. I can hear y'all. Yeah.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Like yeah, it'll be nice, but it's not like a deal breaker at all.
Because like you have Netflix on your phone if you're really addicted to Orange is the New Black or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, and I'm sure later on it'll get one, but just right now it doesn't. And I don't think it needs one right now.
Exactly. Well, they're not aiming to replace the Xbox.
It's a gaming system.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
it is.
It is a touchscreen?
Yeah.
Told you.
Okay, glad we're not
Actually, I
crazy.
didn't tell you. I thought it wasn't, but Mike told you.
I thought, I was like, oh my gosh, everyone's been lying to me. Well, of course, Taft tells the future, so when he told me it wasn't, I was like, am I crazy? So,
I tell the future, not the past.
I wouldn't see them implementing this into too many games, though.
That's poetic as shit, man.
I wouldn't see them implementing too much touchscreen into many games, though.
Yeah, but there can be games where it would be required. Or like, is there not any, have you ran into any puzzles in Zelda that require it?
I don't think, no, Zelda doesn't use touchscreen, I don't think, because it's like the traditional Zelda playstyle.
I gotcha. I wasn't sure.
for the most part.
Okay, one thing concerning about the Switch is its lack of launch titles. Because at the moment, Taft, I don't know if you can agree with me with this or not. The Switch currently is a $300 Zelda machine. Because really, Zelda is the only big game on it currently.
Yeah, that's really another concern about this thing, and honestly, that's probably due to like some big developers or even some people that could partner with them to give them launch title games or games in general. They're kind of afraid of this because, like we just said, it's not living up to what it could be.
Well, I think one of the shortfalls of the Switch is its lack of launch titles.
I mean, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games that were released with it.
Okay, but how many of those are big console pushers
I mean,
other than Zelda?
Zelda is it. So you're talking about Nintendo though. Nintendo has 2, maybe 3 console pushers.
I gotcha. But I think we're going to get Skyrim in the spring. We're going to get Mario over the summer. I think they really should have waited maybe 6 months.
We don't get Skyrim until fall.
Fall? Sorry, fall. What did I say?
Spring.
Spring? Sorry, fall.
But we get in spring in March this month.
Yeah.
Not this month. In April, I'm sorry. April 28th we get Mario Kart.
Yeah, but people are still having to wait for those big consoles. I'm saying they really should have waited 6 months. Instead of saying, here's Zelda, they could have said, here is Zelda, Mario Kart, the new Mario game, and Skyrim, all at launch. Go batshit crazy. And I think that really could have helped their numbers because their day one sales, if I recall right, are below the Wii U, but I think below the Wii and I think above the Wii U. Like they sold 80,000.
But the Wii was like I remember the Wii.
Yeah, the Wii was
revolutionary.
It's true. But
this isn't. This is still it's a good console and it's great that it is revolutionary in the way that it's a console that is portable now.
Yeah.
But that's not nearly on the level of what the Wii was. We had motion controls for the Wii.
But do you think by having 3 other big launch games could help make up for that?
No.
No?
I would say Zelda is easily the number one launch game for what's it called?
The Switch?
Not necessarily for Switch, but for like
Nintendo,
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's one of the biggest console pushes out there. Because the fan base of it is like, new Zelda game, I have to get the new console.
Yeah.
And so
But I believe you can also get Zelda on the Wii U.
Yeah, but no one cares.
Yeah, nobody wants to get on the Wii U.
But like for the people that already had a Wii U, possibly.
But so then you have that, and then you also have to realize that Zelda they know their fan base, and they know that Zelda is a really, really, really long game to complete.
Oh yeah.
And so they're like, hey, give them a couple weeks to complete it, and then go straight at it with another one, like Mario Kart. Because Mario Kart comes out like right about the time that like casual fans will be beating Zelda.
Yeah, I gotcha. I still think that it would have been a better choice to have more launch games.
Oh, I think it would have been better to have like one more bigger launch game.
Yeah,
like a Mario with it or something like that.
The new Mario game, yeah.
But that's I understand where they're coming from because that's just really long to wait.
Mm-hmm. I gotcha. But like I went through 5 reviews today, and a lot of them said the same thing, where they were at the moment it's a Zelda machine, and the biggest compliment I saw is right now it's a $300 Zelda machine, and that's almost worth it. It's like $1 from worth it, which is saying a lot about Zelda, and which makes me more excited to buy it.
Yeah. Also, another one that they released with was Shovel Knight, which was real popular. It's an indie game that was real popular.
I have no experience with Shovel Knight.
Me neither. But also Skylanders.
Oh, I've heard a lot about that.
That's a big pusher for younger people.
Okay.
For younger kids and stuff like that. That's a big one for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had Zelda for the older people and Skylanders for the younger people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I still think that they should have had like one more, like Mario Kart with it would have been great. Or, the new Mario game would have fucking blown everybody's mind if that and Zelda were released on the same day. Like people would be going ape shit.
Oh yeah. No, like the game reviewers what they wouldn't know what to do.
They wouldn't know what to do with life. Like
people
would be
review?
fighting. Yeah. Like
it'd be like Black Friday, except in like game stores.
Exactly.
And instead of Walmart, it's a game store.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Adam, you're the owner of the Switch. Between like, excuse us peasants for fighting, but do you have any concern about Zelda being the only big launch game right now?
A little bit, because it's like the rest of Zelda. There's a lot of gameplay, but like once you beat it, there's not really much post game.
I gotcha. It's not like there's nothing you can sit there and keep grinding on to continue playing.
You could go fight like casual monsters in there like any Zelda, but that's just once you're at the end game and you've beaten like the final mega ultra boss than fighting regular monsters is just nothing.
No, I got you. I understand. Oh gosh, do I have any? We already talked about screen size. Oh, have you had? You've been playing it mostly in the port, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you haven't had any issue with the charger being on the bottom?
That works. That actually works for the port. I can kind of see why they did that, because you can hook up the charging cable to a place in the Switch port, and then that transfers it. So when you have the Switch docked, it'll charge it.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. A lot of people are complaining that it's on the bottom because when you're portable, you can't use it while it's in kickstand mode.
I mean, if you're portable, then this shouldn't be as big of an issue if you charge it. Because like if you go outside or you like bring it somewhere, then if you have it portable, you're not really going to charge it that much unless you're like up against a wall.
I gotcha. Well, like say you're on campus and you're there for 6 hours. You know, you're going to need to charge it if you're going to play Zelda for some amount of time. But anyway, okay. Speaking of Zelda, let's move on and talk about Breath of the Wild, because holy crap, that game looks amazing.
I have been avoiding like watching anything on YouTube or anything.
I watched some stuff for YouTube for this, but Adam, how is it?
It's actually pretty good, but I don't know if my opinion would be the best, because the only other Zelda I've played is Ocarina of Time, and I don't really remember much from it because that was when I was really young. So this is essentially my first Zelda.
I get to play it tomorrow, so
Holy shit! We should have delayed the game of the show one more day.
one more day.
Okay, but it's good though, because you're coming into Zelda with fresh eyes, and
yeah,
me and Tav, I'd say Tav, you and I are veterans of Zelda.
Oh, definitely.
This
Zelda's
game-
the game that got me into gaming.
This game shakes up Zelda in
Every way.
In every way. But it's
you
really,
can fight with other weapons besides the sword.
That's a
huge fucking deal.
It's a big deal. Jesus.
You can wear armor.
Yes, it's so amazing. But through fresh eyes, Adam, is it like, what do you think? What do you think? Tell us, like, forget your biases or whatever. Just like tell us, what do you think?
First of all, I want to say how happy and lucky I was to get this, because here's what happened. I go to pick up my Switch pre-order. I could not pre-order Zelda because they still had Switch pre-orders, but they were out of Zelda pre-orders. I get there to pick up my Switch pre-order, and he says, "Do you want any games with it?" I'm like, "What do you really have?" They're like, "Oh, by the way, we just now got 2 extra copies of Zelda that we're not holding for pre-orders. We got lucky getting these." I'm like, "You give me one of those right now."
I will fight you, sir.
I imagine 2 people walked up next to Adam, say, "We want those," and Adam turns and just snaps the neck of one of them. Well, that's really lucky, but yeah. So, how many hours have you gotten into it?
I've played for a good while, but not as much as one of my friends. Like, one of my friends, he's like over 30 hours, maybe 35 hours in already.
That's impressive for something that released on Friday.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. He's gotten into a bunch of boss fights and
nice,
and
okay,
stuff like that.
Okay, but you, how far are you in?
So I would try to say without spoiling anything, because there's so many options in this game to what you can do. You can follow the main story, or you can go off and do your own thing, which will help you in the main story and stuff like that. Because it's free roam, like you can go do whatever, and then the story is just there for you to do if you want.
So kind of like Skyrim is a good example, you know.
Yeah, that's why I said, like, back at the E3 special, the guy jokingly called it the Zelda Scrolls.
That's so awesome, though. That's so amazing. So, what is your favorite part of the game so far? Has it been the open world, or is it the variety of weapons?
Actually, the variety of weapons is kind of interesting, because from my experience so far, the weapons actually break pretty quickly. Like, even just to, like, regular monsters.
Wait, what do you mean break? Wait, is there durability?
Yes.
Yes, weapons have durability.
Oh, I'm so disappointed. There's a single tear going down my face.
And
oh,
see,
that is so sad.
The only way to fix that, there's 2 ways. One, you can increase your inventory, because you have, and that's one of the things I don't like about this. Your weapons inventory is so small. Like, you can only hold, I forget how many it is exactly, but you can only hold a small number of weapons. But you can increase it, but there's a certain way to do that. You have to go to this one specific creature and then get these specific things to increase it. And it's like certain things you can choose to increase your weapon inventory, your bow inventory, your shield inventory, and it's kind of interesting. The other way to deal with the problem of durability is you get the Master Sword, and which is a non-breaking weapon, and that's really the only way. The only ways to fix that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But the Master Sword is hard to get.
Yeah,
like,
I heard
really
the Zelda's
hard.
harder than past games.
It's pretty up there.
Is
in
it?
difficulty?
That's good.
But
I
like for instance, to get the Master Sword, I'm not even close to getting it yet. But you start out with 3 hearts in the game. You have to have 15 hearts, and it's guarded by a ton of monsters that are really strong.
That ain't bad.
You're the hero of time. There are no monsters too small or
how's
too
the
big.
how's the climbing mechanic? Because that looks really slick.
It's interesting because it plays on your stamina. You have a stamina wheel, so climbing is one of the things that uses a stamina wheel.
I see. So you can't just like climb infinitely up a mountain.
No.
Okay.
Like when you run out of stamina, it depends on where you are. If you run out of stamina while climbing, you fall, and if you fall too much, you die. If you run out of stamina while gliding, you fall, and if you fall too far, you die. If you run out of stamina, like you use a charge attack, that leaves you vulnerable for a bit. If you run out of stamina while you're swimming, you drown.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
And so is stamina? Is it an issue or is it just an inconvenience? Like, do you find that you're constantly running out and having to recharge, or is it just kind of like, oh, I need to be mindful of this, but often it's not actually impeding me?
It runs out pretty quickly, but that's where some of the game mechanics come in. Like you can every now and then you can increase it. So here's how that goes, and this plays into hearts as well. How you increase your hearts and how you can increase your stamina is there are these shrines, and if you clear a shrine, you get a spirit orb, and every 4 spirit orbs, there are these statues every now and then that you can trade in 4 spirit orbs to either get a heart container or increase your stamina wheel.
Oh, nice. That sounds like fun. But I was watching some gameplay, and I'm sorry, Taff. This might. Is it okay if I talk about gameplay?
La 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 la.
But I was watching.
I'm trying so hard not to spoil stuff here because I know
you're doing a
people
good
hate
job.
spoilers.
But I was watching a fight of you're fighting a giant rock monster, and you can actually climb up on him and attack him.
Shadow of the Colossus style.
Yeah, like it looked like a lot of fun, and it looks really smooth. I also watched some climbing on buildings. Like the climbing looks really good. And it doesn't quite remind me. I think Assassin's Creed's climbing is more complex. Because I don't think you have as many degrees of freedom. It looks like it's only really like up and down and maybe side to side, but I didn't see any of that. But
speaking of which, when we're gonna get some Zelda stuff, not Zelda, some Assassin's Creed leaks and stuff like that. That's what I want.
well, then they moved to a 2 year. 2 year, yeah. Okay, yeah. Anyway, so well, yeah, just predict it, Taff.
I already did.
And
You gotta wait for it to happen. I mean, it's coming out this year, so they have to say something about it this year.
E3.
Something.
Yeah. So the climbing looks really fun. Have you had any issues with that?
The only issue I've had with climbing is like I've been saying, the stamina wheel itself, because it does run out pretty quickly, and especially like the stuff you have to climb is really, really tall. Like sometimes you have to climb mountains or really high walls and stuff like that, and the stamina wheel runs out really quickly, and the only way to fix that is to either increase your stamina wheel using the spirit orbs, which takes away from your heart container, which you want that to be able to take damage and get the Master Sword, because you have to have 13 hearts to pick up the Master Sword. And
Jesus.
or the other way to fix that is to there's a cooking system in the game. You can cook stuff that replenishes your stamina, but you would be doing that over and over again, so you would have to have a bunch of that because your stamina wheel runs out really quickly.
I got you. Well, it sounds like something like over the game will increase, and you feel stronger over time. All right. Well,
hopefully, yeah.
They don't want you to go and get the Master Sword right away. Is what...
Exactly. Anything else you want to mention before we move on to what we're playing?
Weather is really, really annoying in this game.
Oh, why so?
Weather and climate have an effect. So, for example, the most bizarre thing that's happened,
You keep
I
cutting
have
out.
a friend. Oh, by the way, Nick, shout out to you for giving me this Zelda information. So I have a friend in the game. He's found he's seen and fought a dragon. You can't kill dragons, by the way. And he's seen a killer sand crocodile.
Oh shit, that sounds scary.
From what that says. So my most bizarre thing involves weather. During a thunderstorm, you can and will be struck and killed by lightning.
Oh,
And this plays even more to the
If
fact
you're wearing armor.
If you have anything metal equipped, it will strike you. Like I had my sword equipped. I tried to avoid the lightning. Like there was lightning shocking around me just before the bolt hit me, and I didn't know what it was. This killed me 4 times before it finally gave me the tip. Hey, if you have anything metal equipped, lightning will kill you in a thunderstorm. Unequip it.
oh, that's really interesting.
I knew about that
Which
one.
that really plays into combat because I've been like just now before I came on the show, I've been in a situation where I'm fighting monsters and then a thunderstorm rolls in, so I couldn't have a sword pulled out to fight them or have my shield pulled out to block them. I only had my bow and the abilities you have, which is tough to fight things.
Yeah, no, the show before I stopped like coming for it's like 3 shows ago,
Yeah.
we talked about that, the lightning striking you with armor.
Oh, I forgot about that.
We
That's
did.
super cool. Okay, this might be a little physics of me, but if you're wearing the chainmail, doesn't that act as a Faraday cage?
I think that you actually touch it enough to where you complete the circuit.
Probably, and then it fries you.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Okay, wait. Does it also affect the enemies though? Like if the enemies have metal, because don't they have spears and?
Yeah, it definitely would, because you would definitely complete the circuit because the metal doesn't touch the ground.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. The physics lesson here on the College of Gamers. But Adam, don't the enemies carry spears? Like, have you ever seen an enemy killed by lightning?
No, I don't think so, but here's the tricky part. Some enemies are lightning attribute. Like, there are some walking creatures and then these little flying bat things where if they touch you, they will electrocute you, and it's tough to kill them because if you touch them. Yeah.
No, that doesn't sound. That sounds like Wind Waker had those. Had lightning and, like, fire bats, I think.
Yeah, they did. They had the fire bats. I don't remember the lightning ones, but I definitely remember the fire ones.
In the volcano?
Yeah.
Bastards, I hate them. I gotcha.
But
All right.
one of the other most annoying things that plays into weather is climate zones. Like there are zones where it'll be cold and it'll chip away at your health, or it'll be hot and it'll chip away at your health.
That's cool. Getting some
It's
arc
annoying.
survival up in there.
Yep.
It's annoying.
So, like, do you have to dress warm for cold weather?
So you have to either buy specific clothing or make specific meals with the cooking system. So for example, in the first area there's a you have to get to a shrine, but it's in a cold area. So you have to go and you have to make a cold resistant meal, because at that point you can't buy any clothes that'll give you cold resistant. Because here's the thing, you can buy different armor and clothes in the game, but that doesn't mean it'll necessarily help you against the cold. Like, it might chip away at your health slower, but like unless the clothes say cold resistant or heat resistant, it's not going to matter too much in the environment.
Nice. That's a welcome change to the Zelda game.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, at a level of complexity. All right. Well, anything else before we move on to other games that also exist?
I mean, I could probably talk about this game for like an entire podcast. So,
All right. Well, let's move on to other games. How's that sound?
Sounds like a plan.
I'll probably still talk
What
about Zelda,
games
why
are we
not?
playing?
He can't hear the sound bumpers. Don't, JK,
Aye.
I'm just gonna keep it in. Cause screw it. It's midterms week. All right. Who wants to go first? Adam. In fact, no. Adam, you're not allowed to talk for a little bit because you talked about Switch all day. Tap, do you want to go?
Sure. I guess I'll go first.
Yeah,
So-
you and your new PlayStation 4.
So I played some Zelda. I actually did play a little bit of Ocarina of Time, but that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about For Honor.
How is it?
It is so good. I've gotten better.
Go good.
I've gotten better. Yeah, I'm better now. So I got to play as the Valkyrie, who is like the spear wielding shield maiden
Nice.
of the Vikings. I love them. They are my favorite class. They can't quite hit as much, but they have a good range and they're fast.
Okay, so they're more like agile rather than
Yes,
nice.
definitely. There is actually one that's more agile than them, but they're just more adaptable, I guess. They can be defensive or they can be like aggressive.
Okay.
I just like the Vikings a lot more. Like the Viking storyline was a lot more interesting than the Knight storyline, because the Knight storyline was just like I am a knight. I fight people. I am a knight.
Okay,
Like-
so classic
Classic knight. And
Okay.
then, like the Vikings and stuff like that are just like they're cracking jokes and stuff like that. There's one guy who gets captured, and he so you save him, and he's like, after that, the next mission you play as him, and he's trying to do the impossible, save face after being captured. And then there's another one where you go and do the like final raid and stuff like that, and all your buddies are sitting there trying to break down this door, and he just walks up with a grappling hook and throws it over and climbs up and then hops over.
Okay, so they have some personality.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he hops over, and you don't see him for a little bit because like there's a whole another like little battle sequence. So they go back to the door, like getting ready to like go at it again, and he just opens up the door. He's like, "Door's open." They just
like
crack jokes and stuff. It's great.
Okay, so
But-
there's more like personality.
But there was
character.
one guy. I was doing the it's the final level of the Viking storyline, and his name is General Tazin or something like that. Good God, he was so hard to beat. I almost broke my TV. I was getting I was raging so hard. Because the Raider is who you have to play as.
Yeah.
I think he's a heavy hitter, but he's not very fast. And so and the guy you're going against, General Tazin, is stupid fast and does a lot of damage.
Okay. He was the final boss?
He was the okay. So the way it's broken down is into 3 different
Campaign
storylines, kind of.
Okay.
Not campaigns. It's all one campaign. It's broken down into 3 different storylines. So far, I don't know if maybe they'll merge together at one point. But so there's the night one. You play as the warden. That's like the main character of it. But then you break off into the peacekeeper and the lawbringer. You don't get to play as the other guy who I can't remember their name. Then you go into the Viking one, and like they all kind of like feed into one another. Like so when the night one was done, it goes, and then this caused this to happen years later. So the Viking, after a war went on between the Knights and the Vikings, the Viking was trying to like bring the Vikings back up to the greatness that they were.
Yeah.
And so you play as the Raider as your main character. Then you get to play as the Warlord and the Valkyrie. You don't get to play as a Berserker, which I want to play as a Berserker. See how
Are
fun
they
they are.
only online?
No,
No, okay.
no. Then you just didn't get to play. Yeah, you just didn't get to play in the story mode. Like you don't have the option. It tells you who you're playing as, and then they just weren't in it.
Okay.
And then you play in the Japanese one. So far, you play as the Orochi and the Kensei. I haven't gotten to the third one you play as yet.
Okay.
But it's been a lot of fun. The combat system is great. I love it. I'm getting better. I need to get better though.
Yeah. Are the campaigns, are they intertwined with each other?
Yes and no.
Because aren't they all fighting over resources or something?
Okay, so what happened was like some giant natural disaster destroyed each region. And so like they've all kind of like been pushed into this general area where they started off fighting for resources, but then they all made their own kingdoms and kind of like were at like a time of peace.
Okay.
They weren't really fighting. And then this one character comes up and it's like, her name's I'm drawing a blank on her name. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank on her name.
Big bad guy.
Big bad guy.
Okay.
And so she comes up and is like, hey, like people, like our natural state is war. Like let's get back to fighting. So she starts like pulling some strings, trying to get people to fight and
Egging
stuff like
people
that.
on.
So she, what she does is she goes to the Vikings and burns or takes all but a little bit of their food. That way, she's like, if we took all the food, they would band together to come after us. If we leave a little bit, they'll fight over the scraps.
Oh6shit. Okay.
And then she does for the samurai, she goes in there and she kills the emperor, but leaves 3 warlords alive, and says, which one of y'all's gonna take power?
Interesting. Okay.
And then puts them into the swamp, and it's like, go kill one another. Whoever's left takes it.
Okay, so she's what is her don't know, it's too much of a spoiler, but what's her motivation to create chaos?
I don't know yet. She thinks that war is the natural state for humans, and that's what it should be like.
Interesting.
It breeds the strongest people.
I see. Okay. So that's
she's
interesting.
like she starts off by saying like we're the weakest we've ever been
because of the peace.
because of the peace.
Interesting.
So
That's cool. That sounds like fun.
mm-hmm.
Nice. And how's the PvP?
I've actually haven't had a chance to play PvP yet because I'm saving up because, as I told you before the podcast, I'm moving out.
Oh yeah.
So I'm trying to like save a little bit of money.
I'm glad you tell me these things because
Yeah, I'm planning on getting it sometime like next month.
I got you. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's really funny is that you see when I move out, I don't tell anyone.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
And like,
you were like, hey, can you help me move out tomorrow? What?
See, it worked out well because then you know where to go to record.
Exactly.
That's really cool. That sounds like a lot of fun, and I'm excited. Like, I kind of want it though. Is it like how's the story? Like,
Story's kind of dry.
It's kind of dry. Like, do you
Kinda
feel
dry.
like it was?
It's like it's good.
Yeah.
It's a good overarching story, but you definitely do it for the multiplayer.
Okay.
You sit there and you're like, not even necessarily like PvP multiplayer. Like they have AI and stuff like that you can fight, and that's fun still too.
Yeah.
But you definitely do it for the like the fighting because the combat is really good.
Nice. Graphics. How's it on
Graphics is gorgeous.
PlayStation? Any different from Xbox?
I haven't seen it on Xbox.
Did you play the? When did you play the beta?
Oh, I did play the beta on that, but like I don't really remember what the graphics were like on that one. Like enough to compare them.
Okay, I got you. Anything else you played?
Nope, just Zelda and For Honor, mostly For Honor.
Nice. Well, talking about all this Viking stuff, I also played a Viking game.
Nice.
It's a small indie game called Northgard, and it's this it's a real time strategy game. It's indie. The art style is kind of awesome. It's simple. It's slightly cartoonish.
Nice.
And the big thing about this game is it's the classic RTS. You have to manage your people, food, gold, warriors. But the big thing is that you're not only taking on other players, but you're also fighting the environment. So the game has this seasonal mechanic where in the spring, summer, fall, you are saving up food because in the winter, there is no food.
Okay.
So you have to save up to survive the winters while also fighting off the lands because you can be invaded by wolves or mythical creatures like grogs or something. They kind of remind me of the zombies from Game of Thrones.
Draugr.
Yeah, Draugr. And there are multiple ways to win. Like you can win through fame. That's like kind of the science of the game is fame.
Okay.
You can win through military by killing everyone, but there's on the map there is a portal somewhere that these mythological creatures are spewing from, and there's a way to win where if you guard that portal for one whole year, you win the game because you protected the region, which is a lot of fun because it kind of reminds me of the wall from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So I'd be like whenever I was running low on men, I'd select some of my weakers and be like, "You go be soldiers and go fight at the gates." You know.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Nice.
But it's a lot of fun. It's an indie game and it's still in beta, so it's kind of early to tell. There is no multiplayer. There is a campaign in the works, but it's not currently available.
Nice.
But it's a lot of fun. But that was kind of the thing I used to keep myself busy because last weekend I played the Ghost Recon beta.
Okay.
And holy crap, I'm so pumped for that game.
I'm so excited for that game.
It was so much fun. First of all, the map is humongous.
Yeah.
The map is huge. Didn't you say something about it's the biggest map Ubisoft's ever made?
Yes.
Yes. It proves it. Like it is.
I was sitting there. The friend that gave me the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Before this game came out, or like the beta came out, we were sitting there talking about it, and he's like, "I'm not really like." He's like, "It's not gonna be that great." He's like, "Ghost Recon hasn't had a good game in a while. Siege was okay, but like blah 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 blah. It's not gonna be that great. The map's gonna be too big. Just dogging the crap out of it."
Oh man.
You know who you are. And then a friend of him convinced him to play the beta, and then he was like, "I was wrong." I was like, "It's such a good game." Like,
it is such a good game. It's so great. I think the size of the world's a big draw for me.
Okay.
Because it
gives you so many options.
It does because the the most fun I've had playing that game is I take a helicopter, I fly towards my objective, I can circle my objective until I decide how I'm going to solve the problem given to me, and then it's so much fun to execute it.
Okay, real quick though. So, do you just like run into like the enemy like driving down the road and stuff like that? Is it kind of like the Far Cry version of that?
Actually,
Or like they're gonna like get out the car and try to kill you if they see you, or what?
I haven't had that issue because there are enemies along the road, but they have it in a way that if you're going fast enough, they don't notice you.
Okay, that's
so,
good.
So you have the opportunity. It's like, oh, if I see some guys, I can decide to pick the fight, or I can just drive through. They're never going to notice me.
Okay,
And that's with like the general militia. But on the other hand, there's a force on this island. I guess it's an island that you're on, this country, called the Unidad, which is like this task force that will attack you on sight.
okay,
And they are the police. They're more heavily armed. They have actual weapons. They have armor, helicopters.
okay.
Their trucks have miniguns on them. And they'll attack you on sight, but they're very rare. And I think you can also drive by them, and they like the time it takes for them to notice you. I think you can be gone by then.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun, but like you said, like the amount of options you have is incredible. Combined with how large the map is, the drone that you use to spot targets, completely overpowered. It's so overpowered. If you upgrade the range, speed, if you give it, there's an ability you can upgrade it to give it stealth. You can buzz people and they will notice. It's hilarious. Like I'll just fly between two people, like in front of them. They won't see it. They won't hear it.
That's awesome.
Nothing. It's a lot of fun. I download the game after the show. I'm gonna go play it. Instead of studying for the 2 midterms I have on Thursday. The neighbors sound like they just dropped a brick on the floor. It's a lot of fun, and I'm excited. This coming show, I will talk more about it. And the story is okay. I'm not too enticed by the story so
Fair
far,
enough.
but it was the beta, so like I haven't really been invested. But yeah, that's a lot of fun. Are you going to get it, Taff?
Oh, definitely.
We should talk about it next show. If you have it by then.
I probably won't have it by then.
Well, then I can't wait to talk to you about when you finally get it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit till I get it.
Yeah. Not Taft. Adam. Wow. Hey, only one time though. This show so far, and we're almost at the end. So you can stop glaring at me now. I'm just gonna look away and cover my eyes.
Notice how I'm not blinking this time.
Adam, have you played anything other than Zelda this week?
I have, but before I get into that, I have some gaming breaking news from my friend Nick. Nick, shout out to you
what's
for
happening?
a second time. Evidently, it says about an hour ago, but it was like during the beginning when we started recording. So the beginning of this podcast, my friend Nick has beaten Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Holy
Yay.
shit! Congratulations to
Yeah.
him. Good job for him. But yeah, so okay, back to games that we've been playing. Have you played?
I mean,
anything-
that is a game I have been playing.
Have you okay, excluding Zelda? 'Cause we know you've been playing that. Anything else you've been playing?
Pokemon Go, of course. And I actually wanted to ask you guys something about that. So there's new evolution items. I've used one of them right now, but I have two more. I have a King's Rock, which will let me either evolve Poliwhirl to Politoed or Slowpoke to Slowking, as well as a Metal Coat, which will either allow me to evolve Onix to Steelix or Scyther to Scizor. Which one do y'all think I should do?
Onyx to Steelix and Slowbro to Slowking.
I'll have to agree with that. I think.
All
those
right,
are-
then.
those
The
are the-
the Poliwhirl or whatever it is also a really good one, but like Slowking is just Slowking's Slowking.
Also, Steelix is just a badass.
Exactly.
I think.
I've actually seen one in a gym at LSU. Steelix is so big that you can't see, at least for a gym, you can't see his face in a gym when he's in a
Nice.
gym
That's really
on
funny.
the screen.
That's funny.
Solid.
Anything else you've been playing?
Yeah, I was able to play some Heroes of the Storm, and just offline though because my internet is terrible, so I can't get online,
I'm sorry.
which makes me sad. But still, I can complete the daily quest, so that makes me somewhat happy.
Good.
I tried out Lucio, and he's okay. He's like an extreme support character. He's got the ranged, enhanced health and movement speed stuff, and then he's just got the thing that pushes you away.
Yeah,
But he does attack while moving, though. That's cool.
And his wall ride's really cool because he can move through people, which in a MOBA is a big deal because body blocking is a core concept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, his speed boost, I hear, is a game changer because when the enemy team retreats, that speed boost allows you to get kills you wouldn't normally be able to get because the enemy team has have retreated. So he's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah, he's okay, but he's not really a character to play.
yeah, and when you're playing by yourself, being support can be boring because you're dealing with the AIs, and they're not. You can't really follow the AI around because they're kind of dumb. Cough.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Of course. So I played Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, and I went to a Smash Bros. Workshop with a LSU Smash Club, and I got absolutely destroyed.
That's funny. That's really funny. They have a workshop for that. I thought that was funny.
That is actually
They'll have like free friendly nights, and then they'll have weekly and monthly tournaments and stuff like that.
I got you. Well,
of course,
else?
that's not surprising that I got destroyed because we have like some of the top 20 in the state. So
I gotcha. I don't know. Yeah. I can't. I'm too ADD to like be that good at any one game. Yeah. All right. We have an email. If y'all are done talking games,
let's read the email.
I could talk more about Zelda, but I think you'll want me to stop that.
Yeah. Let other people experience it, Adam. All right. Let some other people play it. Okay. So we have an email actually from my girlfriend because we were at Taft since you were gone.
Yes.
We talked about there's a mod for GTA.
Yeah.
That puts Disney characters from The Lion King in it. And
oh no.
Yeah. And so we got an email saying, "Hey, you're both idiots. Here's who's who. Timon is the meerkat, and Pumbaa, I'm assuming that's what Pumps stands for, is the hog. Get a childhood."
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No, me and Adam were confused about that.
What?
Yeah, see, that's why we need you, Taft.
Come
That's why-
on.
I haven't seen it in so long.
Who cares? It's freaking Timon and Pumbaa, you son of a bitch.
Anyway, let me finish. Personally, I hate that they are combining Disney with a shoot him prostitute game. I love GTA and ice cream a lot when I play. I just don't want to think of those two things together. So, to the college gamers from your average listener and your GM.
Avid listener.
Avid listener. Excuse me. So yeah, Taft, you weren't here for that episode.
No.
How do you feel about them as you being Pumbaa, the hog, shooting up a gas station? Fun? Not fun?
The thought of it is horrifying because Pumbaa's a pig.
That's true. Okay, but Pumbaa and Timon.
Okay, as Timon then.
As Timon, it's more understandable because he at least walked upright and had like in the show and the movie he had opposable fingers.
That's true. But like I feel
the thought of just it being childhood. How do you feel?
I mean, I guess I've just been jaded by mods. Like I don't really care. Like
I feel like they would make a great crime duo. Timon and Pumbaa.
They're
Like,
just too stonery.
That's true. All right, I can see them. They won't be very productive, or they would just rob
And like they're
dispensaries.
they're Hakuna Matata.
That's true.
You know, like it means no worries. They wouldn't care about money, so that why would they rob?
Because they need to not have problems.
They don't have problems. It means no worries.
That's because they're stealing money.
It's because they have no worries.
Oh, that's true.
Hakuna Matata.
All right, I can't argue with that. I can't argue with childhood things.
Can't.
No, I can't. But if you, dear listener, also want to correct us because we're dumbasses, you can contact us through the email collegegamershow@gmail.com. Blah, messed that one up.
We're probably gonna get a bunch of Zelda mail saying, "Adam, you are an idiot. Get a Zelda experience."
Get a Zelda experience. Or 1-star review from Zelda fans. Oh my gosh. Yeah, anything y'all want to add before we actually close the show up?
No, I'm good.
Y'all are good?
Don't think so.
Adam? Jesus. I need some coffee.
Twice.
It's late. It's a later. We're not usually recording at 10 p.m. This is transformed into the College Gamers After Dark. We need a special intro just for that, like something smooth, jazzy. That'd be great. But okay, where was I? Oh yeah, closing. If you want to contact this here show, you can contact us through the email collegegamershow@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at BlueCows with the Z, BlueCowz. Taft's Twitter is
Taft Faust 8.
Adam's Twitter is
Smooth Dog 5.
All right. You can find us on Facebook through the College Gamers Podcast Facebook page. There you can find the link to our Discord where you can chat and play video games with us. You should do that because I'm lonely in class. I want someone to talk to. So yes. And come play Ghost Recon if you go on PC or if you're on whatever console Taff will get it on. We'll see.
I'll be way too busy with Zelda from now on. Like almost.
Oh, it's a good thing he cut out.
Yep, that was.
I wonder if he's coming back. Anyway.
Oh, am I cut out?
Yeah.
There he is. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
You can find us on YouTube because Mike Gallant. No, you can find us on YouTube at Mike Gallant because Google Plus is stupid.
You can find us on YouTube is stupid. You can find us on at Mike. Yeah.
It's so late and I'm so tired. Let's just finish this. All right. Actually, that was the end of the closing. Goodbye. I hope y'all's midterms are going well or will go well. And thank y'all for listening. And check us out on Discord. Go find us. Say hi.
Hi.
Thank you. Hi. Hi. Hello. Howdy.
How are you doing?
I am well. All right. Thank y'all for listening, and we'll catch y'all next time. Bye-bye. What's happening? What's happening?
Bye-bye. You took my phrase.
Oh, did I? God, damn it,
Okay.
okay. Later.
Bye-bye.
Farewell.
Avito say goodbye.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that was thinking that.
Did that
This
one
has
time.
been a Blue Cow Radio production. Find more at bluecowradio.com.
Oh, that was an episode.